Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We are just now starting to get in the fall spirit, and so today we are going to be talking about different activities that you can do as a family with your toddler, all the things. There is no particular order to these, so let's get right into them. So obviously the first thing that you can do seems a little obvious, but that is you can go to a pumpkin patch, go to an apple orchard, do some apple picking, you know, those typical things. My daughter picked out a pumpkin when we were at the store the other day, and now she's super excited, but I do plan on taking her to an actual pumpkin patch, letting her pick out a pumpkin. A lot of the places around us have activity type areas, so like other things, you have like corn mazes and hay rides and all the things, and like around me you can do those things all at the same place. So look for something like that. It's super fun. You can just make an entire day out of it if you want to, and just something really fun that I think that this will be the first year that she will actually be old enough to enjoy some of those things. The next thing is just a different type of like fall festival. So I know that in my town, every year we have a fall festival. It is the last weekend of September. It is super fun to go to. I live in a really small town, so they don't have rides or any of the like carnival-y type stuff, but they do typically have like a wagon filled with corn that they can go into, and like a little train, and then just like little booths and stuff. So it is something that is just fun for the day. Now, obviously, once you go pick your pumpkin, you should come home and carve your pumpkin. Again, if you don't feel like your child is ready to carve the pumpkin, you can also paint pumpkins, which is what Aurora has done in the past, just because she hasn't really been able to do the whole carving thing. This year we are going to attempt carving, but we do have paint as backup. So painting, carving a pumpkin, all those things. Along with that comes with cooking the pumpkin seeds. Now, in my mind, I have never liked the pumpkin seeds. Like, I don't think they taste that great. However, that is something that growing up I always remember, is that every single time we would decorate pumpkins, my mom would cook the pumpkin seeds. And that was like a really cool thing that we got to do, even though I didn't really like the taste of them, but I still ate them because, you know, it was like the thing, I guess. So when we carve the pumpkins, we will be cooking pumpkin seeds. I highly doubt she will like them. I probably won't eat them either, but we have them. You may as well do it. Maybe you will like them. Now, the next couple things are things that you can do at your own house. You don't necessarily need to go look for. And one of those is you can have a bonfire. Now, I obviously know that not everybody is able to have a bonfire at their house, but if you are having a bonfire, making s'mores, that kind of like cozy home type stuff, maybe even have some friends over, have a little fall party. The next is to do like a fall walk or a scavenger hunt. So Aurora loves to be outside, and I'm really actually dreading that it is going to be getting colder, so we won't be able to be outside as much. And we are already starting to see that she is going to take it really hard this year, because we basically are outside all the time in the summer. And not that we aren't now, but I'm not a cold weather person. So like as soon as it's bitter cold or, you know, slightly cold, I really don't like to be outside that often, honestly, unless you're sitting in front of a fire all bundled up. So around this time of year, we can keep going outside for a little while longer, do like a scavenger hunt, even tell her like, you know, okay, go find like a leaf or, you know, a sticker, go find something green. Like, just give them a list of things that they can go find, and just stuff that would be around your house, around your yard, whatever. And I just know that like she will love doing that, or like practice counting, tell her to get a certain amount of things or colors or whatever. So that's just something that she's gonna really like, and it's just a way to get outside while we still can, because winter is right around the corner. Now, another thing around your house is to bake pumpkin cookies, bake a pumpkin cake, bake something that is fall themed. Aurora absolutely loves to cook with me, but cooking with her is really hard. So like, to just have her help me cook dinner, I do it, but I really genuinely prefer to do something that is specifically like, okay, you and I are going to bake cookies today. That way I know that it's not going to be super efficient. I'm not in any hurry. Then you can decorate the cookies. It's just going to be like a whole thing. We do that with Christmas cookies, but you can really do cookies for any season, holiday, anything. Whether it's the flavor or you get cookie cutters, whatever, but I just highly recommend baking cookies with your toddler because it is truly so much fun, honestly, and it really helps them with like their, you know, their pouring skills and all the things. So it is helpful for them while also being fun. I just highly recommend it. And then the next thing is to make caramel or candy apples. Again, something that isn't that hard. You can just get like the sheets of caramel to wrap around the apple and then eat it together or whatever. It's just something like fall themed that I know that Aurora would enjoy doing. Now the next is something that is not my cup of tea, but it is my husband's cup of tea, and that is football. Football is just not my thing. I'm not a sports watching type person. I played sports when I was in school, but I don't really enjoy watching sports. Now, obviously it's different if you're going to a game. That I can get into a little bit. But my husband has gotten back into watching football, and my 3-year-old was like mimicking him like crazy when he was watching the game last night, and like she was yelling at the TV, like she was like, "Come on!" and like didn't even know what was happening. However, it was kind of cute. But I more meant like just the social aspect of it, like having football parties with friends that are her age to come over, or you know, anything like that. Like, I just know that football is a big part of people's fall for a lot of people, maybe not myself included, but I know a lot of people. So just finding a way to include your toddler in that so that they can enjoy something that you enjoy, I think is a great thing whenever you can get the chance. Obviously, Aurora doesn't understand football or care about football, but she tends to have fun if she knows that we're having fun. The next thing is just fall-themed crafts. Now, obviously, there are a billion of them on Pinterest. You can use leaves from outside. You can use your hand to do like a turkey with Thanksgiving coming up. You can do pumpkins, all the things. So it's just fall-themed crafts. Just make it, ways to make it kind of a special time. Like, in my mind, like when I think of like a special like theme time, I tend to think of like Christmas, where you do a whole bunch of themed things. And I think just finding ways to do that at other times of the year is really good, so that like Christmas isn't the only exciting thing that they can do. So just fall themed crafts. Again, Pinterest has 1,000 of them. The next one is to do backyard camping. Now, you can obviously go to a campground if that is your thing, that is fine. But I think that like just now is really, for us and Aurora specifically, like now is when I would feel the best about going camping with her. I think that if we had gone before, she would have been awake the entire time and it would have been absolutely miserable. But I think now that she could get behind, like sleeping in a tent would be exciting to her and all the things. So you can just camp in your backyard if you don't want to go to a campground, just to see how it goes. It's like the perfect weather for camping once it starts to cool off a little bit, and you can have the fires and it'll be all cozy. So again, backyard camping, highly recommend. I have not done it, but I would like to. So, and the last thing is obviously like trick-or-treating is coming up before you know it. So letting them help you pick out their costume, all the things. Like, again, this is really the year where Aurora is starting to like remember and understand like the exciting things that are happening. So trick-or-treating is going to be really exciting with her this year. She has already told me that she would like to be a witch. So if that sticks for a few more weeks, I will be finding a toddler witch costume, which will be really cute. But yeah, so trick-or-treating. So I know that none of these ideas were like crazy out there or, you know, something that is super different, but I do just think that making this time a fun time, like I know that I love fall, but I love fall because of like fires and hot coffee and like Gilmore Girl nostalgia type stuff. Like that's why I like fall, and like I just want to find a way for Aurora to appreciate fall like I do, and I just think that some of these are ways that you can do that, and I hope that you can try some of these. If you have anything else that like is like a fun thing that you do with your family every year, or things that you've done in the past, I would love to hear them. Like any type of like traditions or anything that you have that I didn't mention here, would love to hear those in the comments. I'm always looking for like new traditions to start with my family and just fun things to do. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.